All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking about a tragic issue in the music world and doing it in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. It involves Robbie Robertson. I just had Eric Clapton as a guest on the show, and he and Robbie were pretty close. So this story is bizarre. It has nothing to do with Eric, but man, stuff that happens after people pass away, uh, crazy. Before I get to the story, this is a band people ought to check out. This is A Never Ending John's Dream. The album is called Coming Back to Paradise. Again, you might want to say a John's Never Ending Dream, but it's called A Never Ending John's Dream. This is a band from Barcelona, so not Sweden this time. And this is really hard to describe. It's pop, it's progressive, um, all kinds of great guitar work on this, uh, keyboard sounds coming out, just incredible stuff here. A little bit like maybe you could say Asia or Yes or Rush or maybe the band Saga, but truly very unique. This has got its own vibe, and this is going to compete for favorite album of the year, I think, by the end of this year, because it's just so unique and it's so listenable. And this is an album you put on and listen from start to finish. All right. It's it's kind of like a concept album like we used to get from those progressive bands years ago, which I don't know if anyone's still doing that stuff, but again, a never ending John's Dream, courtesy of my new favorite record label right now, Pride and Joy Music, just putting out all kinds of great stuff. Now, on to this tragic story. Robbie Robertson's children sue his widow over $6 million home. This is according to the Los Angeles Times. The children of Robbie Robertson, the guitarist of the band who died last year, are suing the woman he married shortly before his death, claiming she took advantage of Robbie's declining health to have him sign documents that would favor her in the event of his death. His three children, Alexandra, Delphine, and Sebastian Robertson, filed the lawsuit Wednesday night in LA Superior Court against Janet Zuccarini, a well-known Toronto restaurateur who recently opened Stella West Hollywood. Robertson died in August, just months after he was married to Zuccarini. So it was a quick marriage. A lawyer for Zuccarini called the complaint meritless fiction. The main claim in the lawsuit stems from Zuccarini and Robertson's joint purchase of David Geffen's Beverly Hills home on Gilchrist Drive in 2021 for $6 million. The couple each owned 50% of the house, but Robertson put down all of the $1.8 million down payment, this according to the lawsuit. While Robertson's intent upon his death was for his children to become owners of 50% of the house with the ability to sell it to Zuccarini or buy Zuccarini's share or jointly sell the property with Zuccarini, that is not what happened. Following Robertson's death, Zuccarini informed the family that she was entitled to reside in the property until her death, and that Robertson's heirs were required to pay from what would have been their modest inheritance, the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and half of the daily property maintenance expenses for the duration of her life. This according to the lawsuit. Wow. That's crazy, especially in California. Her claim stemmed from an amendment the couple had made to their tenant in common agreement from 2021 when they moved into the house. The couple signed the amendment in March of 2023, months before Robertson died in August, agreeing that if one of them died, their estate would be responsible for continuing to pay off their half of the mortgage. This, according to a copy of the agreement. Robertson's heirs argued in the lawsuit that after a 2022 surgery for cancer, Robertson never fully recovered. He began using powerful opioids, THC, and antipsychotics to manage his pain and stimulate his appetite. This again, according to the lawsuit. Robertson's mental state was severely impaired. These drugs he was taking in the period of time when Zuccarini was arranging the secret wedding and having him sign oppressive documents are known to have significant effects on cognition, including confusion, hallucinations, depression, memory loss, and disassociation. Wow, this is crazy. The heirs claim in the suit that Zuccarini committed elder abuse by having Robertson sign documents when she should have known he was not mentally capable of understanding what he was signing. The suit calls for the cancellation of the agreement that split ownership of the house between Zuccarini and Robertson. This lawsuit is a meritless fiction, and the truth will prevail, said Gabrielle A. Vidal, an attorney representing Zuccarini, in a statement to the LA Times. This is a gross and exploitive attempt by Robertson's children to eviscerate their father's expressed wishes for his beloved wife, Janet. Robertson's children did not immediately comment through their attorney. So, holy crap, Batman. Reading it does not sound good. It sounds like this woman may have had a plan in place even during the marriage between herself and Robbie Robertson, which obviously did not last very long. But now everyone's fighting over this $6 million house. All I know is if I'm not living in the house, I shouldn't have to pay for that house. And I think on that, the children, the heirs of the estate, they certainly have a right there to push back against that. So again, Robbie Robertson, just a great musician. And now after his death, it appears that something is really eviscerating his reputation and not this relationship between him and this woman who he knew for a very short period of time. All right. Again, my last interview with Eric Clapton, he talked a lot about Robbie Robertson because he had passed away right around the time of the interview, and you can go back and watch that in the archives. Also, this band here, one more time, for A Never Ending John's Dream, Coming Back to Paradise. This thing has been stuck in my CD player, much like a few years ago, Lone Rider was stuck in there. This is very different than that. And it shows you that when something is good, it's good. Even if the style is maybe a little outside what I normally listen to, which this definitely is. Just a brilliant album. People need to go check this out. This won't get a lot of attention unless people start to, share it with their friends and so forth. I want to thank everybody for watching and for supporting the channel. God bless everyone. Please pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world and in your own hearts. And I will see you soon.